Hello to your friends. Today I'm going to talk about intermittent fasting. There is a lot of confusion out there and a lot of people have asked me whether it's a good thing to do intermittent fasting and how to do it. So first of all, I'd like to tell you intermittent fasting is actually a good thing and it does improve your metabolic rate. So it actually increases your metabolic rate and helps you lose weight. The other thing it does, it reduces your risk of developing type 2 diabetes, which is the diabetes that you develop later on in life. Largely it is related to your diet and your lifestyle. So the way it reduces your risk of type 2 diabetes is that when you do fasting, your insulin sensitivity increases. So insulin, as you know, is the hormone that our body produces to normalize our blood sugar level after a meal. So if we produce enough insulin, it is a good thing. But what happens is, as we get older, sometimes our insulin sensitivity goes down, in which case what that means is that there is insulin in the bloodstream, but it's not effective. So so that's a good thing. So intermittent fasting is actually a good thing. Now, there are two ways that it can be achieved, main ways. The one I would really recommend, especially if you're trying to lose weight, is the 800 calorie diet. So the way to do it is you go on to an 800 calorie diet for a minimum of 8 weeks. And after the 8 weeks, you need to then check what's needed. You may need to carry on with it for a bit longer, or you may need to slightly increase your calories. But I wouldn't really increase it to more than 1,000 to 1,200, depending on your needs, of course. But most people do not need much higher than that because of today's lifestyle, where we're more sedentary. So I would say the best way is the 800 calorie diet. And so what you would have to do is you'd have to calculate your calories per meal, and roughly it would come around at about 200 calories to 250 calories per meal, and in between minimal snacks. Now, what you do need to pay attention to is that what you're eating still is very important too. So you do have to make sure you eat a lot of vegetables, fruits, you reduce your fat intake and keep it to healthy fats, such as avocado and vegetable oils for cooking rather than ghee or butter. And you do have to make sure that your diet is balanced and also contains a lot of fiber and multi-grains and whole grains. So that's important. So the easiest way I would say to do the 800 calorie diet is to reduce your whatever you're eating in terms of starchy carbs to half, reduce your fat intake to half, and at the same time you have to take out all sugar containing foods. So this diet will really only work if you also take out added sugar. So that means sugar in drinks, sugar in puddings, everything. All your puddings and things, they really need to be put on hold. So that's one way. The other way of doing it is a 5:2 diet. So the 5:2 diet means that for 5 days of the week, you eat a normal whatever you're eating, although I would still eat a balanced, healthy diet. But on 2 days of the week, you actually cut down your calories right down to 500 calories a day. Now, in my personal opinion, I would say this one is a harder one to follow than the 800 calorie diet, because the 800 calorie diet is something you're doing every day, so it becomes routine. Whereas the 5:2 is more of something you have to do and it becomes a chore. So that's what I would recommend, the 800 calorie diet. The other way of doing an intermittent fast, which you could do along with this, and it would be a good thing to carry on with the 800 calorie diet and do this at the same time, is eat all your calories within a shorter window, which is something like, I would say, 10 hours, maximum 12 hours. So you should have at least 12 hours of fasting overnight. And if possible, if you could make that 14 hours, that's even better. So if you can eat all your day's food within your 10-hour window, that's a good thing. So that's how to do intermittent fasting, and it does have benefits. It does work, and it's a good thing to do. Thank you.